Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Ekechi and today I have the pleasure of sitting with a very special guest. I'm sure the viewers you would like to meet him. Can you introduce yourself?
Of course.
Thank you.
My name is Christopher Onyewenyi, and in the industry I belong, which is the dredging industry, a part of real estate development,
Okay.
I am popularly known as Papa.
Wow, Papa.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Papa.
Thank
can
you,
can I
Elizabeth.
call you Papa?
Freely.
Thank you very much. All right, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you
It's
so
good
much.
to have you here, sir.
I'm glad to be with you.
Thank
to
you.
be your guest.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we are here to know more about Papa and to share in his knowledge about real estate. Sit down with your cup of water, your cup of coffee, and let's dive right into it.
Yeah, like I said, as Papa, I am a grandfather,
Yeah.
and I should come from the point of truth,
Yeah.
total truth,
Sure.
advice to the young ones to understand what is in it that they can go for in the real estate industry.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, I started mine, or I got deep into my own estate sector through dredging. But before that, I had experiences in the past, like when I came to Lagos newly. Those days we used to work and what we earned was 97 naira as salary. And living with my senior brother, who happens to be my sponsor in Lagos, kind enough, he took me in. I wasn't paying house rent. I wasn't, feeding. That is to say, spending money on feeding. So I was able to save money. Under his tutelage, I was disciplined. So I was able to save money. The first 1,000 I saved, I almost bought a plot of land around Ekate, Lawans in Sulere, because I had an offer then for 1,000 naira, a plot of land. But it's not easy to make 1,000 naira then.
That was what year? What year was
That was 1978. But he preferred I should invest in the village, build a house in the village. So he provided me with part of my patrimonial field. Being our most senior brother, he gave me a space and I started building gradually a bungalow. That today, that's whenever I go home, I relax in the place. It became my own property. It took me time to complete anyway, but cost of building then was not as high as it is today.
Oh.
I have no regrets about that. But one thing I learned is that if I bought the land in Lagos then and built in Lagos, it would have cost me less to build in Lagos. And the advantage is that I would have been able to save the rents that I started paying when I got married if I had built in Lagos. So having a house in the village had its own advantage, but having in Lagos would have also, looking at it from the business point today, I would say that if I saved the money I spent in renting, I would have been able to build a newer version of what I built then in the village and had some money. But there is nothing to regret about it because it's still an asset that I hold on to till today. Property will never ever diminish.
That's true.
It will always appreciate.
That's true. But you wished you had a property here in Lagos.
Yes, that's what I try to mention. If I have to advise you, the only problem is the insecurity and what is happening today, that people are not now very sure that what they have today can still be there for them tomorrow. Otherwise, I would say, if you are in any town, for instance, Lagos is a big city. Don't try to build at the center. go to the periphery where land can be affordable. Buy, build gradually. By the time you pack into the place, whatever expenditure you incurred building, the day you pack in would be over. The joy that would overtake you. And then the rent that you would have been paying, you will be collecting, instead of paying rent, you will now be collecting rent from your own tenants, because you should build for your own space and for tenants.
That's true.
So that you are in a compound, but it's good to be peaceful.
That's true. It's very, very true, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, so sir, when you talk about location or the best place to buy land,
Yes.
what kind of location do you think is best to buy at an affordable rate?
Okay, let us look at Lagos today. Starting from Morocco, if you knew Morocco those days, where we have Mobile House today.
Okay.
It was a no-go area. If you were referred to have to live in Morocco those days, it will look as if you are one of the poor people. It's like Morocco, Ajegule, some of those areas that you can say we are for low-income earners. But today, Morocco, a plot of land in Morocco, if you have it, you can go and relax.
Honestly.
So what it goes to show is that property continues to appreciate. And then you look at what makes property appreciate. Where big companies, for instance, Mobil, Chevron, HFP, Julius Berger, where they begin to focus and develop, you follow them. You follow in that axis. Any space you can find around these companies that I've mentioned. For instance, Chevron, when you talk about Chevron, you look at Chevron Drive, you look at Ibuefo, you look at Agungi. The plots within that area, because of the presence of Chevron, has appreciated. When you talk about HFP, BGC belongs to HFP. And VGC also has their workshop around this Ibejuleki. It used to be a far distance to think about those days. Anybody that built around or bought a property very close to HFP then would enjoy the presence of the office, staff, members of HFP, and they will be guaranteed that he has neighbors. So development will come and meet you. And when development meets you, your price has gone to the rooftop.
Okay, so let's
To
talk
value.
What if let's talk about this Ekpe axis.
Yes.
What do you have to say about this Ekpe axis? Because I wasn't born during that Morocco period.
Okay.
So this is the one I know, the Ekpe, and the development is
It's
starting
coming up
up. It's
fast.
coming up, and
Yes.
most of these infrastructure that you mentioned are already happening on this axis, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So what do you think the young investors should do regarding investing around this axis? Do you think they should go ahead to invest?
Definitely, yes.
Okay.
I will encourage you. And those of you that are also into the real estate business should follow suit, because when you look at the refinery, but run away from the refinery, because pollution will make federal government or policymakers to begin to tell people who live very close to the refinery to vacate for reasons of safety.
Okay.
So it is not good to go too close, but within the safe surrounding of the refinery, you can establish, you can build your house, you can build your estate, and it will be safe from environmental pollution.
Okay.
That is that. But for the business and for the development it attracts is overwhelming. It's going to be very awesome. So it's an attraction. It's a point to follow.
Okay, so sir, over the course of your real estate journey,
Yes.
have you faced tough times in real estate, and how did you handle it? This is for our young investors to know, because most of them might be facing some challenges and don't know how to handle it.
Okay. Let me start by what also encouraged me to look at real estate in the first instance.
Okay.
I can say exactly, precisely on the 4th of August, 1987, a close friend, a lawyer, hinted me about a property for sale around Nitel, Ikoyi. That property had a small house on it, a small bungalow, and it was going for 48,000 naira, 1987. I searched around. I had 45,000. I tried to borrow 3,000 to make up, even if it meant starving to buy that place. Because my idea was that if I could buy the place, even if I leased it, or even if I lived around there, in 4 years, I will be able to make up that money. Let us say at 1,000. Those days, your house rent is not up to or more than 250 naira.
I'm sure it will be difficult to actually
Yeah,
get
it
that
was
money.
difficult, yes, to have that kind of money. So that I didn't have 3,000 naira, I wasn't able to buy that property.
Oh.
I told my wife, then my wife was in the University of, that was when she finished from UI, Ibadan. So I spoke to her about it, so there will be more opportunities. Now, what I'm trying to say is that if I bought that place, if I had that 3,000 to make up the 48,000 and bought that place, how much is the plot of land? And that plot was 1,000 something square meters, not these 600 whatever they are selling today. How much is a plot of land, 1,000 square meters? How much is it selling in Ikoyi today?
Billions
A
of
billion,
naira.
yes.
Yeah.
So that is when I look at it, I now see that, okay, property actually appreciates. You can use it as collateral for banks, for whatever business you want to do. You can also go for partnership with foreign investors. If you have land that is documented, that is registered, you can present it. Once a foreign investor has a similar interest with what you have, they can come in and buy into you have provided capital, because land is capital on its own, to say, look, you won't regret. And my father used to talk about it, that land remains a very valuable asset to possess in life. So that experience continued to encourage me to see how to get land, genuine land, so that I can, with time, make good use of it for myself and to set up an industry for my children.
Which you have done, right?
I'm doing.
You're
I'm still doing.
You
It.
see,
Yes.
if Papa can actually be in the real estate,
Yes.
the young people should actually take examples from him and learn from him.
Yeah, there are
Very
no
important.
job opportunities where you go today and somebody is going to engage you. So if you are able to get close to this sector and pay your dues, there is not going to be rosy. There's no part of life that you will go through that is not, even to eat food, you must buy food, you must plug food, you must food items, you must cook the food, except you don't value the pain women go through to the kitchen. To eat food means you have to gather materials for cooking, and you cook the food before you put it on the table for eating. So there's nothing in life you do that does not have its own pains. Now, the painful aspect I encountered was when I did a job for a family. Till today, that family will understand. They may not be able to come and tell me that they regretted terminating that contract on want of time, because even the time they gave me to finish the job, 5 years after they gave me that job, they weren't able to finish, and they cannot conclude it the way I designed it, because it's my initiative. I was trying to get a condition in that project that will give them land, give me land, we build an estate, they take their own, and that estate buy certain facilities I wanted to put in place. We needed to build the road jointly, the canal, electricity. And I knew that no matter how small my number of plots will be in that estate, that if I sell my even 3 plots from there, it will grant me some retirement benefit. But that sudden, I think is I will call it the hardness of heart of man, the treachery in the heart of man, greed. But I'm sure they will by now be regretting that step.
I believe so.
So that, created a kind of indebtedness on my clients, those that contributed money, because as I was doing, people were coming to buy. And let me also divert a bit. When you get a space, don't insist on maximizing profit immediately.
Okay.
Sell the initial plots that you can sell to enable you acquire the place properly, do all you want to do. Whatever is left can be sold. You remember what I said, that in 1987, 4th of August 1987, I missed an opportunity of buying a plot of land in Ikoyi. It means that with time, that 1 billion can be the value of your maybe 2 plots that is left for you. So what I'm saying is that when you get into real estate and you have some plots, as you sell, people that you sell to will be developing, and anybody that starts development will encourage others to come and buy. And that process you will continue to now increase your price of the land. And as you increase, you cover up what would have been considered losses in the process. You understand? So, but when you want to hold it and capital becomes a constraint, you find out that you can no longer go forward, and people are not able to afford your price. So you'll be in between losing and gaining. But it's good to sell out some. Not to sell all. Sell out some. It will encourage and enhance the value of that property. So with time, it can go as high as 1 billion. Yes.
So in a nutshell,
yes,
you advise people investors to get more than one property, so that when they want to sell, they still have some left for themselves.
Yes.
And keep buying. And
yes.
So
yes.
can you throw more light on this?
Okay. Here, what I mean is, for instance, mine is dredging. When we are into dredging, we spend a lot of money in the dredging aspect. It's very capital intensive. But the land that we also agree with the owners of the land enables us to have some plots left. But for you people that are into real estate that you buy, it means that you need a lot of capital to buy large volumes at a time. So if you go into an agreement and you have not completed payment, that is where I mean that you can now begin to sell what you have to complete payment, so that possession becomes fully your own, so that the time you gave them to complete payment will not elapse, so that they don't terminate your agreement with them, so that you don't run into losses.
You'll be very, very helpful. You know that, Abby.
Today, my joy should be to see that the younger ones are have a future. Like some good Nigerians, the intention is that the younger ones should survive us. That is continuity. That is Nigeria for you. People are growing more into poverty than getting rich.
Which is not acceptable.
So those of you that have the courage to, get into this industry, I have no choice but to say, please go ahead. The risks are there. Your fingers might be will be burnt, but don't succumb to it. Continue to strive.
I'm sure you all are hearing what he's saying and you're understanding him, because I am learning a whole lot, and I believe you also are learning. So, sir, I want you to throw more light on networking. How important is networking in real estate? And any advice on making meaningful connections to beginners, for beginners, sorry.
Yeah, is integrity is it has a lot to do in life and in business and business survival. If you get to an organization strangely or newly, the acceptance, your acceptance will depend on one, your consistency in requesting for what you want. Consistency. A good salesperson does not take no for an answer.
Good.
You go today, you go tomorrow, you present yourself, and when the least opportunity is given to you, you perform, and with all transparency, all honesty, you show your card, and that is what will now, that if that person is sincere, will hold you, would not want to lose you, because he has seen integrity, he has seen hard work, he has seen consistency, he has seen a determination that moves mountain. So that is what will make the person now stretch his hands, hold you, and drag you along. So that is the connection that you are supposed to build. You are not okay if you now have an opportunity to be brought into a bigger space, then you can now let out some of these opportunities to other people, but you must document and agree on your terms, so that if that person is going to help you to make sales, when that person makes sales, whether he is there to witness the sales or not, what that person gets is not denied him or her.
You have actually answered virtually all my questions. I don't even know what to ask you again.
No, it's
Okay, so we considering the market trend now, it's this up and down thing we're having. The economy is falling down, is rising up. For young investors, what advice would you give considering the current economic situation?
Yeah, when you set out, you may have started with nothing. Nothing, because if you have to start an organization in Nigeria today, you need money for your own survival, to come to work. You need an office space, you need to engage workers, you need to be diligent. These things require funds.
Yeah, it's true.
And there's no employment opportunity elsewhere. So if you are starting like a group of 4, 5, 6 people, you pull whatever resources you have together, even if it means renting a small room to start with. And like I have hinted or hammered on integrity, you remain committed. Don't do anything that will bring fear or doubt to anybody that comes in contact with the 2, the 3, the 4 of you that started the business. And don't do anything. Let none of you do anything that will begin to create fear or suspicion. You continue. There will be a breakthrough. There will usually be an opportunity for windfall, something that you never expected. You are planning to make 1 naira, eventually 2 naira comes in. That is how you grow. Be consistent, be persistent. Don't be discouraged by no of today. And that's why I said in marketing, there's no is not an answer. You continue, but be sure that what you are asking for, if it is granted you, you can perform. Even in the COVID era, life came to a halt almost like that. People were not moving out freely. Even churches stopped. The mosque, people were not going to mosque like that. The churches were, but eventually it changed. Nothing lasts forever. Even when you begin to make money, tell yourself that now that I'm making money, I must not deviate from who I am. Otherwise, I become reckless, and the money will vanish, and the money will disappear. I don't have to lose guard. So if you start making money and then you begin to live a reckless life, you drop down.
Yeah.
If you are not reckless and you are careless, a staff can make a mistake or a deliberate plan can be put in place. Because you are not also watchful, it will affect you and you go down. If you go down, it is difficult to come up, but you can also still come up. But it's good to be on the watch. Don't think that life or any business is a bed of roses. That is in answering this question. The up and down is part of life. There are bound to be obstacles, but be persistent. Wake up. You are young people. Wake up. Don't oversleep, and don't let pleasure overtake your your early life. There's supposed to be a time you will relax to enjoy what you have accumulated, but now is the time for you to work.
Nice. So it's best that the little money I have now,
yes,
I should put it in real estate.
You invest
because as time goes on, it's going to yield more fruit.
Yes.
That is so good.
It goes back to what I said,
yes.
1987. 3,000 naira I didn't have denied me the opportunity to complete my money to buy.
I know how bad you must have felt.
I didn't feel bad. What it did was to teach me a lesson.
Okay.
You don't spend every kobo that you have. You try as much as possible to save.
Oh.
And that savings will be the cushion, because that is the firewood that you have faced as a youth, which will help your old age. These days there are pleasures and comfort here and there. Those days, old people, they used to stay by the fireside to enjoy the evening of their life. Put on the fire, roast corn, roast pear, eat, and then continue to pray for your children and grandchildren as they come around.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, sir. I've taken so much of your time.
No, I'm not. It's okay by me.
All right. Okay. But there's this very important thing I want you to do.
Touch.
I want you to talk to the audience. Give them a piece of advice.
Okay.
What they should do, the next step to take, what they think about real estate, and what they tend to gain from investing in real estate.
Yes, I am advising my audience, believing that the economy of today is not rosy for many people. So there are no job opportunities. But going into this real estate, you can join forces together, like I said. You can go into agreements with such organizations that have larger space and who are looking for marketers. You can go out as marketers, market for them, receive your reward, and then the reward will eventually be your stepping stone for larger ventures. And I have said, look out for where big organizations, for instance, if you go to Ekpe today, you buy today, it's going to be cheaper. And so it means that you have secured tomorrow. So go in there, take the risk. If you look at the refinery, there is a gas plant at Olokola. Those areas are creating big investment for the future. So if you have opportunity, you go and buy land around Ijabode, Ekpe, those places. Because when these industries set up properly, there will be need for accommodation, there will be need for office spaces, there's even for agriculture, even for so many things will come up. So if today you are able to have this foresight, that's what I'm calling attention to, so that you can project and see, okay, if I go beside this place, when they grow, I will also grow. And people that live around them today, the price of their house pulls the value or their property, pulls the value of properties around them along with them. So it gives you an opportunity to have a better future.
Okay.
Don't be discouraged. The owner of Sunsetville Estate in Iboye in Ekpe is Mr. Jerry.
Yes, Mr.
I've been to places with him in Lagos. He's somebody I trust that I can work well with. I believe the future is bright with him. So the properties that he has really can go well. And he knows what to do in acquiring properties that can go well. For instance, regularization of documents.
That's true.
Yes. So, and then he has another one that is called
The Acropolis.
The Acropolis.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I keep pronouncing it
The
wrongly.
name is very
Yeah, it's also in Ekpe, and
unique,
the prices he has put on them today is also very acceptable, and that is, it has fallen in line with my own ideas. Like, sell a few, and then the rest that can serve as profit, you can sell in future, and it can come into billions.
Of course.
He is somebody you can trust.
Thank you very much. That's more than an advert for us. So thank you. Appreciate.
It's okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm sure you all learned one or two things from Papa. He's somebody that I love, and I'm able to learn more than, I won't say a few. I learned a lot. And I will indulge you to go to the comment section. I need your opinions. I need you to say something. I need you to make your suggestions. And let's deliberate on it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about real estate. Real estate is a happening thing now. Like, where it's developing.
Yes.
So this is the best time for you to invest in this area, and you will not regret it. Papa never regretted his, and even at his age, he's still investing in real estate. So why can't you do so? Yeah, if you missed out on Maroko, Ikeja, and Ikoyi, and other places in Lekki, don't miss out on Ekpe, Ibeji Lekki, and the environment around there.
Yes.
Right, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the facilities coming up there.
The infrastructures, everything,
Yes.
because all those things that have happened around Ikoyi, Lekki, and so on and so forth will definitely happen here, and more.
Yes.
Because this area is the new Lagos. My name remains Ekechi Elizabeth, and my Papa here is happy to be here also.
Yeah,
Thank you everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more. Bye.